Hello everyone, so here we are, another Monday and a 30 minutes of a continuous yoga practice. So get your props ready. We will be working today on the chest, opening the chest, so it's a great way to increase the lung capacity. It has also the effect of vitality and energy when we do back bending poses. So let's get ready. If you have a chair, whatever you have available, remember you can use the chair, the blocks. Have a couple blankets ready. I have my blankets in here. And so that's for today. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with the feet slightly apart. Hello everyone. Good seeing everyone today. So let's start with the feet slightly apart. Bring your hands to your waist and pause in here. So it's been a long weekend, so right now we are just coming back to a Monday class and try to come to be prepared for the rest of the week. It's supposed to be rainy here in Virginia, so maybe we can go with that. We can enhance the energy through this practice today. So as you keep your feet firmly planted to the floor, hands onto the waist, lift the shoulders up for a second. Observe how that gets the chest congested and everything feels tense, right? Now, as you exhale, draw the shoulders down. And observe how by drawing the shoulders down, and it's like you have two hands in the back of your shoulder blades, moving your shoulder blades towards the front of the chest, it feels an expansion of the chest. So that's the action we want to work on today. Shoulders down and into the back ribs, in order to lift the chest up. And as you keep that, extend the arms towards the floor. So we're starting in Tadasana. So now bring the feet together, and this is the proper Tadasana, mountain pose. Press the feet firmly down, draw the shoulders down, and lift the sides of the chest up. Arms fully extending towards the floor. As you inhale, bring your arms overhead. Reach up through your fingertips, and if you observe, the shoulders want to go up. So draw the inner shoulders down, so we create it's like a window between the arm and the neck as the arms extend out. So we still want to maintain the opening of the chest as much as we are able. As you exhale, bring your arms down. Bring your hands in front of you, interlace your fingers, turn your palms to face forward. Remember, those of you with wrist problem, you can keep your arms apart. Okay. Turn the palms to face up, and as you inhale, bring your arms overhead. Press the feet down, and as you press the feet down, extend fully from the sides of the waist to your wrist. Draw the shoulders down, trapezius muscles down in order to lift the chest up. And as you exhale, bring your arms down, bend your elbows, switch the crossing of your fingers. So if your left thumb was on top, now the right thumb is on top, and all the other fingers follow. And as you exhale, press the palms forward, and with your next inhalation, bring your arms overhead. Keep pressing the feet firmly down, and extend the arms up towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulders down as you extend the arms up towards the ceiling. With your next exhalation, bring your arms forward, bend your elbows, and release your hands. Now, interlace your hands behind your back in this manner, okay? So I'm coming to the side so we can do this together. Press the feet firmly down. Now I'm standing with my feet apart. Now, as you hold the hand, interlace the fingers and bring the hands together. Extend the arms down towards the floor, and as you exhale, move the arms away from your back, maintaining the lift of the chest. So the chest doesn't sink, but the chest lifts up as you draw the shoulders down. As you exhale, bring your arms down, switch the crossing of your fingers. So once more, the hands are like this in my back. Extend the arms down towards the floor and lift the sides of the chest up. Lift the breastbone up as you draw the shoulders down. So as we lift the chest up, the back of the body descends. The shoulder blades down, the buttocks down towards the floor, and we lift the front of the body up. As you exhale, release your hands. Let's come to the center, and then have your blocks or your props ready, whatever you use for your standing poses, okay? So we are going to review some of the poses that we have done so far, and then we go into the back bending poses. Press the feet down. So we are doing Tadasana today, with the legs together, feet together, legs together. As you inhale, bring your hands in front of your chest, and as you bend your legs, jump or step wide apart. Okay, so we can do this. All right, so either jump or you spread your legs wide apart. Turn your left foot in, right leg out completely 90 degrees, Parsvahasta Padasana. And from here, Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bring the top arm down, bring your hand down to your waist. Now, this shoulder, move it back into the back chest, as we were doing at the beginning of the class. And this shoulder, the left shoulder, draw it back. Both shoulder blades moving towards the back, into the back wall, into the back of my back, and away from my neck, towards my buttocks. So keeping that, turn your chest up towards the ceiling. Open the chest up, and now extend the top arm up. So the chest is fully open in Trikonasana. Now, as you exhale, bend the front leg, hand onto the floor, onto your block, and the top arm into the waist. Utthita Parshvakonasana with the hand on the waist. So as we did in triangle pose, bring this top, the left shoulder back, rotate the upper arm out so the shoulder blade can come in and open the chest up towards the ceiling. This top shoulder goes back also. Now bring your arm in front of you, and as you exhale, bring your arm over your left ear. Reach through your fingertip. Full extension of the side of the body. Utthita Parshvakonasana. As you inhale, lift the left arm up, lift the torso up. Warrior number 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Draw the shoulders down and lift the sides of the chest up. Lift the breastbone up, and as you exhale, look towards your right fingertips. Keep the work of your legs. The back leg fully extended, the front leg bent, shoulders down in order to lift the chest up. As you inhale, come up, hands onto your waist. Bhimanasana, the airplane pose. Press firmly into your right foot. Lift the left foot heel up. Pivot on the ball of your foot. So I'm lifting my arm so I can keep my balance. And now turn my entire torso towards the right leg. As you keep your hands onto your waist, bend the front leg and extend through the back heel. And with your next exhalation, extend the arms away from each other. Draw the shoulders down and lift the chest up. Breastbone up. Now from here, bring your hands to your waist, step back with your left heel, walking a little bit with your right leg, and pausing here. So we are doing Virabhadrasana 1, warrior number 1. As you keep pressing through the back heel, this time the heel stays on the floor, bend the front leg. And as you inhale, bring your arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana, and Virabhadrasana 1. So back leg fully extended, front leg bent, and then from the sides of the waist, reach up through your fingertips, draw the shoulders down, and now you can bring your head back into the fold position, or if you have any neck issues, you look straight forward. As you inhale, come up, come back to the front. With your next exhalation, extend your arms to the side, and bring your hands to your waist. So at the moment, the feet are wide apart, about 5 feet apart, okay? So let's go into the second side. Extend the arms away from each other and draw the shoulders down. So we want to maintain that lift of the chest, okay? Right foot in, left leg out completely 90 degrees. Parshva Hasta Padasana. Parshva sideways, Hasta hands, Pada leg. As you exhale, bring your left hand into your shin or into the floor or into the block, whatever you can do or you have at the moment. As long as this leg is straight, as long as you can turn your chest up. Bring your right hand into your waist, and then as you're here, this shoulder, the left shoulder, has to rotate down, back and down, towards the waistline. Okay, so that helps to open the chest up. This right arm, the right shoulder goes back also, and as you exhale, turn your chest up towards the ceiling, from left to right, and now extend the top arm up. Look towards your fingertips. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. As you exhale, bend the front leg, bring your left hand into the floor, right hand into your waist, and pause in here. So rotate the left upper arm completely out, so that helps to draw the left shoulder blade in. Draw the shoulder blade in, and then from the shoulder blade, bring your chest forward. So the back of the body comes towards the front of the body to turn the entire torso up towards the ceiling. And this right shoulder goes back. Now extend the right arm in front of you, and as you exhale, bring your arm over your right ear. Reach through your fingertips. Full extension of the sides of the body, the right side of your body, right? Utthita Parshvakonasana. Extend the side with stretch. As you inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana 2. Back leg fully extended, front leg bent. Draw the shoulders down and lift the sides of the chest up. And with your next exhalation, look over your left fingertips. As you inhale, come up, hands onto your waist. So we are going to Vimanasana. Press the front foot firmly down. Lean it, what I do is I lean it slightly forward so I can pivot sometimes onto my foot. If my balance is off on one side, that's what I do. Or you press firmly into that foot, hand onto the waist, and you pivot on the ball of your foot. You have the wall for support, remember, or you have the chair, like I have it here, for support, whichever you have at hand. Okay, now as you exhale, bend the front leg, back leg extends, from the back of the knee towards the heel. And as you inhale, lift the chest up, arms sideways, draw the shoulders down to lift the chest up, to lift the breastbone up. As you exhale, bring the right heel down, and now step it slightly back with your left leg. Warrior number one, Virabhadrasana 1. The chest, the entire chest, turns to face in the same direction of the left foot. As you exhale, bend the front leg, back leg moves away from the front leg, back leg fully extended. As you inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale the breath, release down if you're able. And from the down, when I said release down, is from the top of this bent leg down towards the floor. And lift the sides of the chest up. Full extension from the waist to the armpit to the fingertips. Draw the shoulders down, and as you exhale, look head up, look back. Inhale the breath, come up. Hands onto your waist, feet parallel to each other, and this time walking. All right. So those of you that have, it's difficult for you to go into the floor to do downward dog, you can use a chair, okay? So you can put your hands in here, and you can step back, and then you can do what we are doing, and I will give you modifications. So let's start by taking 2 blocks, or if you have 2 small chairs, whatever you have available, okay? So take a blanket. If you have sensitive knees, you can put a blanket like this and kneel on your blanket. Come forward, hands onto the blocks. If you are not able to come down to your knees, you are here, okay? So you are halfway. Otherwise, you are here. Now, step forward with your left leg. And if you observe, I'm moving the block so you can see. My knee is on top of my ankle at the moment. Bring your hands to your waist. The blocks are in here for balance, so I'm moving the block so you can see me better. So keeping the back toes under, if you notice, my toes are under, they're not pointing, they're under. And keeping this knee on top of my ankle. As I inhale, lift the sides of the chest up. So there are no wrinkles on the t-shirt, right? And then as I exhale, bring the hips forward towards the direction of the left leg, okay? Lift the sides of the chest up. So this is similar to Vimanasana, Virabhadrasana 1, but now we are on the floor. As you inhale, come up. You can rest in here with the hands onto the chair or your hands in here. If you are on the chair, if you are extending here, one leg forward, the other leg back, you can do this, right? So you can do as much as you are able, or you can even switch the chair around and you are more in upright position. So you won't stay too long, you will come in and out if you need the height of the chair. And now, step forward with your right leg. Knee on top of your ankle. Hands onto your waist, left toes under. As you inhale, lift the sides of the chest up. Full extension of the sides of the body, from the waist to the armpit chest, and draw the shoulders down. As you exhale, come forward. So when I say come forward, the hips are coming forward towards the front foot. And what we want to pay attention is that the knee won't go over the toes, okay? So it is a little bit of a more increased bend and the knee, the back of the knee. However, we are not going over the toes. As you inhale, come up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up, maintain the lift of the chest. Exhale, come forward and down. And as you inhale, come up, or you have the blocks in here, and let's switch legs. Let's do this one more time. Left leg forward. Hands onto your waist. Lift the sides of the chest up. Draw the shoulders down. With your next exhalation, bring the hips forward. Remember, we don't want them, if I'm moving my foot, because with the corner of my eye, I saw that my knee was going too much over my toes. So exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down. So we all feel the opening of the front of the leg that is on the floor. As you inhale, come up. Once more, exhale down. Draw the shoulders down, lift the sides of the chest up. As you inhale, come up. Switch legs. Okay, toes under into the back leg. Inhale the breath, lift the sides of the chest up, and with your next exhalation, bring your hips forward and down. So with my hands, what I'm doing is I'm lengthening my buttocks down as we were doing in Tadasana. I want that length of my back body as my front body lifts. Okay, once more, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and now as you exhale, lean forward, hands onto your blocks of the chair, and a step back. Move the blocks to the side. Those of you that cannot come to the floor for whatever reason, you take your chair and you put your 2 blankets or whatever props you have, blankets, pillows, you can put it on top of your seat like this. Everybody else, you will be on the floor. Okay, so let's do this. It's called Shalavasana, the locust pose. So let me show you the pose, so you have an idea where we are going with this. So when I start the pose, it's similar to what we were doing just a few minutes ago. Toes under, when we're doing the lunges. My toes are under. When my toes are under, I lift the thighs up and my knees face the floor. My palms face up, and now extend the toes back. Shalavasana is one of the beginning back bending poses. So the chest lift, the shoulders are down, the arms are extending towards the legs as the legs lift off the floor. Okay, so we will do this pose in stages. Those of you that need the support of the chair, this is what you're doing. You are here, hands onto the chair, and you step back and your legs are here. And so you press the hands down, or you can hold it here, lift the chest up. So you already have the support of the chair to move the lumbar spine forward into this support. The pubic bone is on the chair. So I press the hands down, lift my chest up, and I extend my legs back. Okay. If you are able, you can bring your toes pointing back and the chest lift. Okay. Or if this is much you can do, you are here. Okay. So you still moving the chest forward, you're still drawing the buttocks down. Okay. So remember, those are the modifications with the chair. So let's lay down on the abdomen, on the blanket, and let's start this way. Press your palms down. So see that my arms are bent, shoulders on top of my elbows. And then as the hands press down, firmly down, the toes are under, lift the knees up, and then now rotate the back of the legs from the inside out. So the front of the legs are facing the floor. And as you keep that, extend the toes back. So don't allow the legs to roll in, don't allow the heels to roll in. The heels roll away from each other. The back of the legs roll away from each other. Now as you keep your hands into the floor, scrub the hands back towards your chest. And if you notice when you do that, the chest comes forward. So it's like if I have those imaginary hands into the back of the chest to bring my chest forward. Chest forward as I press my hands back. So that's the action of Shalavasana in a couple more poses that we're doing today. Okay, ready? So bring your chest down, press your hands by the sides of the chest, keeping the legs extending towards the back wall. Lift the chest up and extend your chest forward and down. Now bring your chin down. Extend the arms back towards your feet, palms facing up. Bring one hand on top of the waistline on top of your sacrum. So you are guiding the sacrum to lengthen towards your heels. So that's the action we want to do. The sacrum lengthens towards the back, towards the heels, and the tailbone comes in, okay, towards the floor. Keep that. As you inhale, lift the thighs off the floor and observe how far can you go. Extend your toes back towards the wall behind you, And with your next exhalation, lift the head, chest, and arms. Shalavasana, the locust pose. Exhale, come down. Okay, so now I'm turning around so I can see you, you can see me. I hope I can see you. So the arms extending back towards the wall behind you. The toes on the floor, the back of the legs moving away from each other. As you inhale, look slightly up. Take a breath. And with your next exhalation, as you descend the buttocks down, lift the legs, lift the arms up, reach through your feet, stretch your arms back towards the wall behind you. Those of you that just can be on the floor or on the chair, you can have the wall in here, you can lift the chest up in this manner. So my chest is lifted, my buttocks are coming forward and up. As you exhale, come down, everybody down. So this is what I mean with the wall. Okay, I'm going to briefly turn my back to you. So my hands are here, my feet are away from the wall, and I press my hands into my chest, into the wall to lift my chest up. And my waist is coming forward, my hips are coming forward. That's another way to do it if you don't have a chair. Ready? Last one. Hands by the sides of the chest, curl your toes under, spread the legs from the inside out, and now lift the legs up and spread the legs from the inside out. Extend your toes back towards the wall behind you. Bring your hands by the sides of the chest, press the hands down, lift the chest slightly up, move the chest forward. So we are lengthening the front of the body when we do this part to prepare for Shalavasana. Extend the arms back. Take a moment in here, descend the buttocks down, tailbone towards the floor, and as you inhale, lift the legs, arms and chest up. And extend the arms back towards the wall behind you. Shalavasana, the locust pose. With your next exhalation, come down. Now stay down. I'm going to need to show you this hand position. Now the hands are not going to be like this, but they are going to be lightly supporting the head. But I don't want to press the hands into my head, okay? The hands are like in this manner. They are like this. It's called the crocodile pose, Makarasana. So it has the same elements of Shalavasana. So let's do this together. Lay on your abdomen, curl your toes under, lift the knees up, and spread the back of the legs away from each other, and extend your toes back towards the wall behind you. Now press your hands down, lift the chest slightly up and forward towards that wall. Okay. Now release your hands and bring your hands lightly touching the back of your head. Legs are heavy, this time the legs remain on the floor. Legs are heavy, buttocks are heavy on the floor. As you inhale, lift the chest up, lift the arms up. Makarasana, the crocodile pose. And as you exhale, come down. So the lift is from here, from the side ribs. Let's do this together. Put your hands down to the floor. Press the hands down. Press the legs down. And as you inhale, lift the chest up, slightly off the floor. Elbows towards the side ribs. Exhale down. So the lift has to happen by the weight of the hips on the floor, the legs heavy on the floor, and then we can lift up this way. Okay, ready? Hands on the back of the head. The buttocks descending, the legs heavy onto the floor, hands onto the back of the head. As you inhale, lift the sides of the waist up, lift the chest up, lift the head up, and extend the feet back towards the wall behind you. Legs heavy. Exhale the breath and come down. Okay, now come into your hands and knees and bring your blocks. So any of the poses, like when we were doing Makarasana, you can repeat Shalavasana, the locust pose. So do I release the lift of the chest for those of you that are not able to go into the poses. So have that in mind when you practice these poses. Take a blanket and place it like this. If you have sensitivity on your knees, okay, if you need some extra support for your knees. Otherwise, you can keep that on the side and bring your hands, take your two blocks and bring your hands into the blocks like this. If you don't have blocks, don't worry about it. Just pretend the blocks are in there and I can show you how to do it, okay? So come into your hands and knees, toes under. I'm moving my chair. Those of you with the chair, you can do this pose It's Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog pose. So you can do this pose with your hands in here. Okay, that is similar to what we're doing Shalavasana. I bring my legs forward, so the top of my thighs are pressing into the chair. I press my hands down, lift my chest up, and I extend my legs back. Or you can be just right here, okay? So we have to keep that presence of mind of how much we are able to do today. So that's ahimsa, non-harming. So we don't want to harm ourselves. We want to work with what we have at the moment and then be able to do the poses. That's why I'm giving you some different options. Okay. So those of you that don't need the chair, if you have the blocks, they are here. If you don't have the blocks, your hands are on the floor. So curl your toes under. If you notice, my hips are directly over my knees. So I want my knees back behind my hips. So everyone move the knees back. So the legs are more, the front of the legs are more of an angle. The hip, front of the hip is more of an angle. Hands onto the blocks. As you exhale, bring the hips down. If you notice the shoulders want to go up, we want the opposite. Press the hands down, draw the shoulders down, lift the sides of the chest up. Now as the toes are under, as you exhale, lift the knees off the floor. So full extension of the legs. From the back of the legs back towards the heels, the hips come forward and the chest lift up. So this is the first one. As you exhale, bend your knees and rest in here. So if you don't have the blocks, you are doing the same, remember. Okay, ready? The classical pose is with the toes back. So we start with the toes under to give us more height, so we can lift more of the legs, the hips, and we get more of the mobility of the chest, the hips coming forward. Ready? Hands onto your blocks. So I notice that I need to bring my knees back a little bit. Okay. Press the hands into the floor, press the feet onto the floor, and with your next exhalation, bring your hips forward and down. Similar to what we're doing in the lunges. Now press the hands down, lift the sides of the chest up. Shoulders down, shoulder blades in, towards the back chest to open the front chest. And now as I keep the toes under, with your next exhalation, lift the knees off the floor and move the hips forward as we're doing with the lunges. As we did in Virabhadrasana 1. Press the hands down, lift the sides of the chest up. And as you lift the chest up, draw the shoulders down and look up. Or you look straight forward if you have neck issues. As you exhale, bend your knees and rest in here. Now, move the blocks if you were using the blocks. Those of you on the chair, you're still using the chair, the way I showed you. Okay, now, hands on the floor and shoulder distance, a little bit wider the shoulder distance apart. Okay, the knees behind the hips. Press, now this time the toes back. So we are extending the toes fully back as we were doing in Shalavasana. As you press your hands into the floor, the feet into the floor, with your next exhalation, bring the buttocks down towards the floor. Press the hands down, draw the shoulders down to lift the chest up, and as you press the feet down, lift the thighs off the floor. So slide forward on your sticky mat, forward towards the chest side, so we can bring the hips forward, tailbone forward, and the chest lift up as I press my hands down. Head up. Shoulders down to move the head back. As you exhale, bend your knees, come down, and this time, sit back into your heels and extend forward with your arms and rest your forehead on the floor. Okay? Rest in there. Take a moment. So we'll do it one more time. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Urdhva means upward, Mukha face, Shwana dog. Ready? So no problems, or if you are using the chair, you are here. Okay? Or you can be at the wall in the manner I show you with Shalavasana. Ready? So this is one way to enter into the pose. Toes back, press your hands down, bring the buttocks forward, down and forward, press the feet into the floor, lift the thighs up. Press the hands down, lift the sides of the chest up, and as you exhale, draw the shoulders down, lift the chest up, head back. Exhale the breath. Bring your knees down and sit back into your heels. Let's do one more. Last one, promise. Okay, so this time we're going from the floor up. So come into your hands and knees. You continue doing the chair or the wall if you have to, okay? If you need that support. So we start as we did in Shalabhasana. Hands by the sides of the chest, toes under, open the back of the legs away from each other, and now send the toes back. Now the hands by the sides of your waistline, close to your waistline. Press the hands down, press the feet down, and as you press the hand down, lift the sides of the chest up, press the feet down, lift the thighs up, and slide slightly forward towards the hand side. Press the hands down, keep lifting the chest up, sides of the waist up towards the armpit chest, shoulders down. And as you exhale, look up. And with your next exhalation, come down, and this time, cross your arms in front and rest your forehead on top of your hands. Now come into your hands and knees. This time, downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can do, remember, downward dog with the hands on the chair. Hands onto the floor, toes under. And as you exhale, lift the knees up, lift the hips up, press the hands down. And as you press the hands down, lift the sides of the waist up towards the ceiling and press the top of the thighs back as you extend the back of the knees towards the heels. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. With your next exhalation, walk forward and press your feet down and come up. Now, lay down on your back with the knees bent. Press the hands down, lift the chest up, and now bring the top of the shoulders down. Now with your next exhalation, bring your right leg in towards your chest and hold from the back of the knee. As you exhale, bring the thigh closer to your chest and extend the leg up from the back of the knee towards the heel. And as you exhale, bend the leg, bring the foot down, and let's switch legs. Bring the knee as close as you can to your chest. The left leg in towards the chest, and as you exhale, extend from the back of the knee towards your heel. Full extension of the back of the leg. And we want to have the body to come into a balance and the work we did today. And this helps to lengthen the hamstring. When we did the back bending poses, we were contracting the hamstring. So now we are extending them. Exhale the breath, bring your knees down. Now both knees in towards the chest and exhale down. Bring your knees towards your chest, pause in here, hold from the back of the legs and extend the legs out. If that is difficult for you to extend the legs straight out, you are here, you can keep the shins parallel to the ceiling, okay? That much. And then you can extend one leg out and then you switch, okay? Or if you're able, you can extend both legs, holding the back of the legs, or you can bring your hands to the floor if you're able. And as you exhale, bring your knees down, feet on the floor. And now extend the arms shoulder height. So we are doing Jatara Parivartanasana, the revolving of the abdomen pose with the knees bent. So the arms are shoulder height. As you exhale, bring your knees towards your chest and pause in here. Keeping the feet together, legs together. As you exhale, bring your legs towards your right. As you bring your legs towards your right, the abdomen turns in the opposite direction of your legs. Your gaze is straight up towards the ceiling. As you inhale, come back up. And with your next exhalation, bring your legs to your left, turning the abdomen from left to right. Inhale, come back up to the center. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Bring your hands to rest into your side ribs and pause in here. Now roll into your side and push yourselves up. So this was a little bit of faster pace that we are used to. So As we know more poses, we can incorporate new poses, and I want to give you this movement. Today is a great day, so it helps to uplift the spirit. So any of these poses you can practice at home. We will incorporate some of these poses next week and more of the back bending poses. And if you have any questions, you send me a text or a post-it, any way that you can reach me. And I'm grateful you're here and that you joined me today. Remember, we have the other classes in the week, Zumba on Wednesday, circuit training on Friday. So I hope you can join us. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Namaste.